there's this story that I guess 1973, Leonard Cohen wanted to step away from music, and I'm going to butcher his beautifully eloquent quote, but he had this.
We'll put it in the show.
He had this amazing quote where he was talking about, and it's a podcast episode worth a listen, I think.
Yeah.
He had this beautiful quote though, where he basically said, "I have nothing of value to add.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to close my mouth." Like, and sometimes oftentimes I feel that way. But yeah, he retired from music. This was in 1973. Obviously, he continued to make music after 1973. But at that point in time, he thought that was his only option. He had nothing else to say. And then he went out and experienced new things. And it's kind of a callback to the video I made last year, where the like Moby Dick, Elliot Kazan, where he talked about you have to, if you're going to create things, you have to experience what it feels like to be ankle deep and like in the rivers of our land, and you have to be in the field and feel the breeze and talk to the people. You have to be a part of the world, and then you come back and you create. And I think that's something that gets lost, especially in our generation, and the next generations that are coming after us. I think that's something that's being lost, is that quality of experience informing the creativity. I think we live in a place where we have a lot of people trying to just create.
Yeah.
And, you're not quite seeing the beauty because I want to make, let's look at it through the sphere of creativity in 2023. I want to make a YouTube video, or I'm going to, paint or do a DIY project or something. Like, that's creativity still. It's not, that's maybe not the same as going out and making an album or, like writing, making a great film or something, but it is the same thing.
Yeah.
And I think we live in this world where, people go out and they look for things to inspire that creation, and they look around their lives and they're, this isn't that interesting. But they're not quite looking for the humanity in every moment. They're just looking at it as, well, what do I do every day? I fix coffee, and that's why you have the redundancy.
Right.
And there is almost a lack of experience out there. And experience opens your mind. It informs you. It kind of breaks your binary. And I think a lot of people that feel creatively uninspired, it's because they're almost refusing, or maybe they're afraid to go out and
there's
feel
this
what the world has to offer.
There's this trick that the internet plays on us to think that the world is at our fingertips, and in a sense it is. And I think sometimes it lulls us into get up, brush your teeth, make coffee, go into your portal to the digital world, explore, do things there, do your work, create content, connect with people, whatever, close the laptop, have dinner, go to bed, whatever, and rinse and repeat, right? And, for me personally, one of the things that creates a lot of friction for me in my daily life is feeling like I don't have the tools that I need to have more experiences outside of, where I live, the first floor of my home down to my studio, and back and forth day in and day out. And, part of what I think motivates me to make the content that I make is how does that open connections to other people, other brands, whatever that might allow for these experiences, like going to NAB in Las Vegas, or if a brand flew me to some event, or, whatever, that's one thing. But then also the revenue that I might generate, that I don't care about the money. I care about the money as a tool to allow me to go out and have an experience, whether it's, another trip to Colorado, or go to Germany, or wherever.
Let me ask you
this.
And
take those experiences, bring them back to then inform the work, inform these conversations, to shift perspectives, to give me new struggles to work through with you in this podcast.
Well, there's definitely like great writers. I don't know why my mind goes to writers, but there's great writers that the majority of their experience is, I'm thinking of like Marcel Proust, like, well-to-do, would go out and drink with people and talk and whatnot. I don't know if he was necessarily, I don't know enough of the background, but I know a little bit, and I don't know, maybe he had this great depth of experience, but from what I know, it seemed like he was just kind of like very imaginative and, would go out and talk to these people. And then I think of the contemporary proxy to that being the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And so, like, theoretically, right, you could listen to podcasts all day about people telling stories, and wouldn't that expand the the experience? Like, basically, what I'm saying, what I guess the question I'm asking is, this digital proxies that we've created, whether that's watching a documentary or like, is that an effective gateway to this experiential humanity that we're seeking to inform our work? Is that, or is there something that's different about it that prevents it from being that? And do you need to go to a Colorado, or do you need to go out and be in the world?
It had been a golden afternoon, and I remember having the familiar conviction that life was beginning over again with the sunrise.